Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nonkululeko Munkwe. I hope you guys have been good. I hope you've been great. Thank you so much for tuning in and to clicking this video. So much click and subscribe and stay tuned, so that you can be part of the family. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and comment down below if you've got anything to say. If you've got any feedback on the video, I am very sure that you will enjoy it. So today I just want to briefly go into the story time on my backroom life, on how when I first started working, I lived in a back room because I couldn't afford to live in a flat, obviously. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I see like a lot of our young people, I don't know, there's this like thing going around that automatically when you start working, or automatically when you're 18 or 20 or 21, you won't struggle, you'll be a billionaire by then, or a millionaire. People want to drive Mercedes-Benz at 23, they want to have their apartment at 21. And for some of the people, obviously, because we are all not the same, it's going to happen like that. But for some people, obviously, we need to start from the bottom because we are not coming from much. So we need to start building for ourselves and start creating that much for ourselves. But I can see that a lot of people or a lot of young people are under the illusion that it's just going to automatically happen, and that you can't start from zero. But you know what, even our parents, they started from the bottom. When they left home, they started from nothing. Some of them, when they left home, they started from nothing. They started with zero, and most of us, that's our reality. If you don't come from much, you're not gonna have much. You have to like build from scratch and do things for yourself. So basically what happened to me is that 2010, when I finished my last semester, or I remember I was just left with one subject that was like bothering me. I was actually repeating it. Then after that, I was a Vodacom bursary student. I mentioned this in one of my videos on how about I came to be a bursary student, and so forth and so on. So you guys can just go to that video if you want to know more about how I got the bursary and everything. So basically I was a Vodacom bursary student, and after I finished school, after I finished my schooling, then obviously I had to go for an internship there. So Vodacom at that time, they were like, okay, if you're from Gauteng, you're gonna work in Gauteng, because they believed in giving back to your community. So obviously for me, I was from Mpumalanga, and they did have a Mpumalanga office that was in Nelspruit. So mind you, Nelspruit, I do not know Swati. I've never spoken Swati in my life. I had one Swati friend who spoke Swati, and I thought, what a weird language. It sounded like a baby language actually, because Swatis, they don't have they don't use the Z. Everything that has got a Z, they replace it like with a T, like Pezulu in for example is no, that's a very bad example. Yeah, Pezulu, it's Etulu. That's like Pezulu, Etulu. Like we used to laugh at our friend and say, your language sounds like a baby language. Anyway, I'm not there now. And then after that, I had to move to Nelspruit because Vodacom has a Nelspruit office there. Because I had to give back to my community. That's what the guys who administered the bursary said. And then I remember when my dad dropped me off there, I was so miserable. Like, I've never seen Swati people, not even seeing Swati people, because that's just forget I said that. I've never been to Nelspruit in my life. I do not even know if home is north or south, if I'm in Nelspruit, if it's north, south, east, west. I just remember traveling for a very long time, a very, very long time to get there, because it's quite far. But come to think of it, I think my dad just took like a long route. Anyway, then I found a person who I'm gonna share a flat with. That flat was 2,000, and mind you, I get paid 4,500, and that flat was 2,000 excluding electricity. So if you add electricity, it's like 2,500, and what I'm left with is 2,000, which I have to buy food with, and then which I have to travel to work. So obviously there was like a disaster. So I lived there at that flat, I think for like 2 months or 3 months, I don't remember. I think it's 2 months, because 3 months, because the other 2 months I spent looking for alternative accommodation. You know, it was like 1.6 at some places, it was like 1.8, so it was like more or less the same. You know, if you're gonna share a flat, you're gonna pay 2,000 at least at that time, because flats were like 5,000 and so on and so forth. So a colleague of mine suggested that, you know, why don't you just get a little small back room where you'll travel by bus, and then it's like 500 rands a rent, or like 700 rand at most. You'll travel with bus. A bus ticket is like 350, and then, you know, just move in there, because, you know, currently you can't really afford to even buy yourself a shoe, you know. So then I did consider it. I went to the place where it's back rooms. Unfortunately, it's not the burbs. It's Kokasi, you know, and it's a Kasi that I didn't know. And those of you who live Ekasi, or those of you who, how can I say this? But those of you, you know, you Kasis, man, you must, to live in a Kasi, you must know the Kasi. You know what I'm saying? You get more comfortable if you know the Kasi, because you know the culture, you know, you just know what happens. But if you're just gonna start a Kasi that you do not know, and for me, like I was a girl, you know, it's like kind of scary, you know. But anyway, I did go there. I had a look at the back rooms that were being offered, and actually I liked the fact that I'll be free to buy myself some furniture with the 4,500 rand I was getting, buy myself shoes, you know, at least just afford the basic things that I would have needed at that time. So fine, I decided to move in there. My mom had bought me like a single bed at that time. I decided to move in there. Then, you know, with back rooms, you don't have a lot. I did have a bath. Oh yeah, the first back room that I moved in, actually it was a 4-room house. It was newly renovated. There was no ceiling, but at least there was a roof. It was not leaking. There was a bath where I shared the bath with everybody else, and then there was also a kitchen. I was so scared. I didn't use the bath, I didn't use the kitchen. It was like a commune, but ekasi. I didn't use the bath, I didn't use the kitchen. I decided to make a kitchen and a bath in that one room I was living. So I was guessing there, I was cooking there, and then obviously if I needed a toilet, then I'd go to that toilet. And then fine, I lived there, where the rent was like 450, and then I got used to it. You know, it was actually nice. It was not as scary as I thought it would be. It was quite safe. And then opposite where I was, actually there was a chisanyama, so I really felt safe, because like not a lot of people would, if I would scream the chisanyama, people would hear me, and then, you know, but I felt safe. It was safe, it was fine. And then it was also close to the bus stop, so I just go to the bus stop. So my rent was basically 450. My bus ticket was 350. I was happy, I was sorted. So then I decided to lay by my a double bed, like a real bed. Now I lay by the bed. I think I paid 500 rands a month. The bed was 2,500. I paid 500 rands a month until I was done with the bed. And then when I was done with the bed, there was a vacant, how can I say that, a vacant bachelor. So this bachelor was like, how can I say that, it had like, it wasn't a bachelor, it was a 1-bedroom, but it was still a 1-bedroom back room, you know. So it had like a place where you can just make your own kitchen, make your own dining room, and then have a nice little, the bedroom was very big, and then you'd have your own bathroom. So I finally had my own bathroom. where I was not quite scared. And then, you know, it was so close to the bus stop, so it was it was convenient. So yeah, so then I decided, then when I finished the bed, I obviously moved in there. Then I bought like proper bedding, and then I bought curtains, and I remember I even bought a couch. And then the rent there was 700 rands, you know, so 700 rands, 350. I was still sorted. I still had like 2,000 rands to my name, where I just could buy groceries and then just a couple of things, the ones that I've mentioned. Like I bought curtains, then I bought like proper bedding, you know. Then it like became like a nice little bachelor. I think I had a fridge. I think my sister gave me a fridge, and then I had my own little kitchen unit as well. Then I had like wardrobe, you know, those from Elleren's. I had those as well, where I just put all my stuff there. And then also and then now I wanted to make it nice, because the floor was just pure cement. The floor was pure cement. There was no thing, there's no such thing as like tiles and all those fancy things that you'd get in other places. So it was just pure cement. So then I decided to go buy itabate. I don't know how to describe itabate in English, but itabate. So tapete is something that I used to cover the floor, you know, to make the place less cold. And then I bought it, and I literally took a bus. I remember I bought this tapete at ShopRite, and I took a bus with the tapete on my shoulder. It was so big. With the tapete on my shoulder. When I got there, I was the happiest girl ever, because I covered my floor, you know, I covered everything. I was sorted. My floor looked brand new. The house was nicely decorated, you know. So yeah, that is like where I started. So I'm just telling you guys a story just to know that, you know, we didn't all fall from the sky and all of a sudden had houses and cars, and, you know, had so many things in our name, and, you know, just had so many things going on in our lives. But we all started somewhere. And then again, you know, it was such an uncomfortable place in my life, but I needed that comfort, you know, for me to really know that, for me to actually appreciate my where I am right now. Because, you know, I just stand outside my house right now, and I'm just in awe on how really God just took me out of where I am, and really everything just went like step by step, you know. Really didn't jump any phase. And then it was such an uncomfortable place in my life, but it really made me strong, because I know that I can survive anywhere. You can put me anywhere in the world, and I know that I will definitely survive. I know that I will definitely make it. Because when I was in Nelspruit, I know that I didn't know a soul. I didn't know a soul there. I was very scared, and I was young. I think I was I was 21. I was young. I didn't know a soul there. Home was so far. To get home was like traveling the whole day. It was traveling the whole day. And I remember in one of the back rooms where I was, I remember, you know, Nelspruit is a place that is infected, or rather the Highveld area is a place that is really infected by reptiles so much. So there's a lot of lizards, all types of lizards in all colors that you can ever imagine that are there. And, you know, there were so many lizards in that place. Until today, guys, I'm so afraid of lizards, like, because I was just so traumatized by the lizards that infested where I was living in that back room. But with that said, I know that I can survive anywhere. I can survive in every situation. I know that even though it was painful, but I know that situation in my life really empowered me to appreciate where I am right now, and to really understand that, you know, things just don't happen like that, because I thought it was gonna be easy. I'm gonna leave home, I'm gonna stop attending school, and then automatically I'm gonna be in a flat. After the flat, I'm gonna buy a car. I don't know where those things were gonna come from, but I automatically thought that things were gonna happen like that. But they didn't happen like that. I had to start from zero, and I had to build from there. I still actually have some of the things that I bought from Mkashweni, and yeah, it like serves as memories, I think. But yeah, then from there, I remember then I stayed in Mkashweni for like a year, and then that's I moved twice to the bachelor as well. And then after a year, then I bought a car, and then I moved into a flat that I can afford, and after that I got married, and so on and so on. Then things just start getting better from there. But at that time I knew that it was not a very permanent situation for me. I knew that I'm gonna be successful. I mean, I went to school. I know that somewhere, somehow, I'm going to get a job and I'm going to be okay. And indeed that happened, you know. I got a job, then I got a better paying job, and a better paying job, and a better paying job, and a better paying job, so that I can just improve the quality of the life that I live. I hope this video really inspired you guys. I don't want it to be very long, but basically, as I said in the beginning, is that I just want to make people understand that you're not, especially if you like me, you don't come from a lot, and then you don't have a lot. You are going to start from zero, and but rest assured that you are starting from zero, but from zero you can only go up. So you're just going to go up and up and up and up, and from there God is just going to elevate you. And if you are in that season right now where you are at just zero, just try not to, rather immerse yourself in that season, so that you can grab as much lessons as possible, and that you can grab as much of learnings as possible, you know, because you are really how can I say this? You are really filling up your toolbox. You know, you're gonna need those tools in future to survive. Because basically now, from the lessons that I learned from moving to Nelspruit and moving to Ikasi Engalazi and moving to a back room that is just infested by lizards, and moving into and just, you know, moving into a place where I was alone, where the only person I had really was God, is that oh yeah, what was I saying now? I'm just getting lost in my words. But basically, that really helped me to know that I can survive anyway. So if I change jobs, for example, you know, it's not a train smash for me, because I'm like, okay, I've been here before, in a situation where I don't know a lot of people, in a situation where I don't know much, but I know that I'm gonna survive because I've been in the situation. And then for example, moving into other cities, I am not afraid to relocate anyway. But just as long as that relocation is going to serve me and my family, I don't mind. I know that we're going to survive. I know that I'm going to be okay, because I do have the necessary tools from that time where I was at zero, you know, to know that I will survive in any and every situation. But of course, God had to play. God played a very big role in that, because obviously He was the one who was keeping me safe. He was just the one who was giving me favor. Everywhere I went, I just experienced favor. It was a very difficult time. I'm not gonna lie and say that, you know, I enjoyed it, but it was a very difficult time. But here I am. I believe that it has played a part in building my character and in just building the person that I am. I'm not gonna make this video a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I know it's been a very long time since we spoke, but hopefully I'll be making a lot of videos from here. Don't forget to like, guys. Thank you for liking, for watching this far. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you really did learn something from this video, that really some of us really start from zero, but from zero you can only go up. From zero, there's no other bottom. You are at the bottom. The only way to go is to go up. All right, guys, that is it from me. I love you so much, and we will chat on another time.